everyone, my name is Lucy and today I'm going to be doing a book review of The Vine Witch by Luann G. Smith. So firstly I just want to say thank you again to Kaylee for sending this to me off my wish list. I will link her channel down below. So I was misled by the synopsis on Goodreads of this book. I thought it was about witches that did exist but then they all disappeared and then this one comes back. But that's not exactly true. So in this book we follow the main character who is a vine witch, and the vine witches work in the vineyards and help the grapes to grow and to produce amazing wine. And the main character in the beginning, it has been cursed and she is a toad. So the first chapter follows a toad who eats her own poisonous skin. So it was very strange. But it turns out that she did this to counter the curse so that she could be human again. Although we do find out that witches aren't mortal, but we don't find out too much more about it, so I'm not quite sure how that works. And again, I thought that she would have been gone for a long time, but it wasn't as long as I expected. And when she goes back to the vineyard that she grew up on, she finds out that it has been bought by someone else, and she is devastated. And she wants to get revenge on the witch that put the curse on her. And she believes that the man that she was engaged to has instigated this, so she wants to get revenge on him. She was also an apprentice to a man and woman. The man has now passed away, but the woman is also a vine witch and she still lives on the property. So we have this combination of her coming home and regaining her magic. And at first she doesn't really like the man who has bought the vineyard. And then there's a bit of romance. And we meet her ex-fiancé who is now remarried to another vine witch. And unfortunately, this book was not great. So the writing was very dry. It was bland. It was just a bit boring. It kind of dragged on, but then at the same point, we didn't have much build up for the romance in the story. Or anything that really made us feel invested in the characters. So you're just thrown in finding out about the main character and a bit about the man as well, but I didn't really feel attached to any of the characters because I didn't really feel like there was enough information given to us. And the romance didn't really seem that believable. It just seemed like they were put in this situation where the author thought that it would be good to have a romance, but there wasn't that much of a connection between the characters, or that's how I felt anyway. The author also uses a bit of French in this. It is set in France. We don't know exactly when, but probably about 100 years ago. And the French used, there are a couple of mistakes. Now, my French level isn't that high, but there was one there that was really obvious to anyone that knows basic French. And this is quite disappointing because you'd think that if you're including French and also France in your book, then you would get someone who speaks French at least to read through and check it. And it just doesn't feel like the author did that because there is a glaring mistake in this book. And then at the end there is a reveal and things happen and it wasn't great. It was a little bit shocking, but it just felt a bit boring and the ending was kind of silly. Yeah, I just did not love this book, unfortunately. I felt like the premise was good, and even the premise I thought it was would have been great as well. But just the writing, I just did not gel with it, and I just didn't love this book. So I gave this book 2.5 stars, which I don't really give a book that low a rating. But there was just a lot that I didn't like about the book, and it was just a bit bland. But I am glad that I read it because it was an interesting concept. Unfortunately, the writing just did not gel with me. So that is my review. Thank you so much for watching. I do have other reviews up on my channel, and I am reviewing most of the books that I read. So please feel free to check out my other videos if you would like to, and subscribe if you would like to. Please let me know if you've read this book as well, and I will hopefully see you in another video soon. Bye!